Never did I imagine seeing Canadians like this. Never. This was not the Canadian society. The world is changing.
Hello, son. Good morning. I watched a video of grandparents with their grandchildren. It's sad. I've only seen mine twice. Son, we want to see your children, please. Arrange an outing for us. Please, son, we want to see them. Please let us see the kids. Make a plan so we can see them. Look, please, son, plan what we can do right now since it's low season so we can see each other. Please, son, help us. We want to see your children. We miss them a lot. I miss them a lot. They're growing up and I didn't get to see them grow. Please, son, we'll discuss it then. Take care. See you.
Hello, Dad. Good morning. I'm sorry. He stole the passports. I can't take them out of the country and I still can't bring you here to Canada legally. I'm sorry. For the new country I'm going to record videos in, I need to be in really good shape. I need to really improve my physical condition because I'm going to have to run. And most likely I'll have to defend myself. It's very likely that I'll be attacked because of the type of videos I'm going to make, because of the circumstances. You'll see it there, just wait for it. But to go record videos in those places, you have to prepare yourself. That's why now, my daily routine when I don't have the kids is to train, do cardio and endurance twice a day in the morning and in the afternoon. If I don't, I'll make these videos and end up embarrassing myself instead of creating good documentaries. So let's give it our all. Let's start warming up with a few laps, bro. On these stairs, which are 260 steps. I mean, if I do about 10 laps, that would be 2,600. But right now, I can't do 10 laps. I can't make it. I've got a big belly. After being in China, if you don't come back with a big belly, it's because you didn't go to China. So I have to start burning it off again here. Eventually, the goal is about 30 laps. But for now, if I can do 5 without sticking my tongue out, that's already a win. Do you see how traveling is trendy now all over social media everywhere? It's a culture the whole world is adopting. Traveling? I don't want a quinceañera party anymore. I want a trip. I don't want a wedding. I want a trip. Nobody wants anything anymore, not even college. They just want to travel. Well, here's the bad news. Well, not so bad. It's something you should consider. To be able to travel well and really enjoy it, you need to be in shape. There are many places you can only reach by walking. To get to the views that are really worth it, you gotta be in shape. Are you planning a little trip to swim, run, hike, or climb? It's never a bad idea to train a little, get in shape so you can enjoy your vacation much more. On my trip to China, I visited many places only accessible on foot. And if you want to use the elevator or the escalators, you have to wait in a very long line. It's much faster and more enjoyable if you go up by walking. And even if you're not planning to travel the world life, daily tasks are more enjoyable if you're in shape. It prolongs your life and improves your quality of life. Check out this photo. It says more than 1,000 words. Here are the movie stars we already know, and here are the Mexican comedians we also already know. Almost the same age, different habits. When I just get back from a trip, I have nothing in the refrigerator. I can't leave anything because it would spoil while I'm away. It must be empty, so I make a meal and freeze it. And this meal that I leave frozen the day before I go on a trip is the first thing I eat the day I come back. I hate depending on supermarkets and supply chains for my food. I need a self-sustaining house with gardens and aquaculture to grow my own food. Food independence is my biggest urgency right now. But in the meantime, let's go to the supermarket. Canadians finally know what it feels like to buy expensive food, to work and not have enough for everything you want to buy. Food has gotten a lot more expensive here in Canada lately. Because of its climate, Canada relies heavily on food imports, fruits, vegetables, and grains. Most of them simply can't be grown here. It's an Arctic country. We're practically right below the North Pole. But they had a strong currency, stable economy, and high purchasing power. It didn't affect Canadians much. Food wasn't very expensive. Full-time work was enough for them. The world went into a crisis after the coronavirus, and it's affecting all of us, including Canadians. Now they know what it feels like to look at the price of everything you buy. You carefully fill your cart because you don't know how much the bill will be. And you still have other basic things to buy. That's the story of our lives, of all Latin Americans, but now Canadians are part of it too. Welcome to the club, and Americans too. That food shortage that used to be just ours. Welcome Canada and the United States to the Latino family. And why are things so expensive? Oh look, 4 companies control up to 85% of the meat market. 4 airlines control 80% of air travel. 3 companies control 92% of the beverage market, and 3 control 73% of the cereal market. And why is it that we don't hear about this? Why isn't it on the news? Because 6 companies control 90% of the news. That includes Televisa, Televisión Azteca, and all those partnering with Telemundo and Univision. And why? When you complain, do they censor you? Because 3 companies control 99% of social media. And a blessing I never take for granted is a full refrigerator. Right now in that building, the Alberta legislature, the governor of Alberta, Danielle Smith, is giving a speech. They are going to decide whether to force the teachers to work, and here we have 55,000 teachers from all over Alberta waiting to hear the decision. Yes, in Canada, there are also teacher strikes. Here, also in the first world, they're just resolved more quickly. They're not violent, there are no riots. And once the legislature decides, the teachers go back to work. Let's chat for a bit and catch up. Maybe I can bring some good news to the kids who really miss school and their friends.
They tell me take me to visit them. I'll see if I can bring them some good news. I'll be here listening.
Let's see if I return home with the good news that they're resuming classes. This strike started in October 2025 with over 50,000 teachers stopping work. It was the biggest disruption in Alberta's history, affecting more than 740,000 students, including my children who are at home. The Conservative lady's government said, no, return to work. The teachers said, we can negotiate, but the governor repeated, no. Your strike is affecting families and students. She introduced a law to make them work, but teachers insisted, we have the right to present our petitions. Their petitions were reasonable. They were only asking for a 12% salary increase over the next 4 years and for smaller class sizes. And the governor said no. And anyone who didn't show up for work would be fined $500 a day and $500,000 a day for the union. And that's what we're seeing now. If the teachers hear that we want what the students need, most of Alberta will be on the teachers' side.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear what he said? He said, now it's the teachers who are losing their right to protest and to negotiate their labor conditions. But if we don't fight for the teachers now, then it will be all the unions, all the workers next. The concept is clear. First, they start with one group and you don't support them, but then you'll be next. We see that in Canada too. The foundation of every society is the family, and parents are the foundation of that society. Children need a father and a mother who give them a good example, love, upbringing, and good values. That is also complemented by uncles, siblings, and community members. But a key part of that community are the teachers. They are the second most important figures of the day after the parents. There are even children who spend more time with their teachers than with their parents. When parents work or travel, like in my terrible life, there are times when my children spend more time with a teacher than with me. It's not that I don't want to, the same thing happened to me. My parents worked so hard that there were days when I spent just as much time, or even more, with a teacher than with my own parents. Fortunately, I had very good teachers in Chiapas, kind, patient, people with great hearts who cared about us a lot and had a true calling for education. They were there because they wanted to plant that seed of civic education in the new generation.
Today, at 40 years old, I still think about some phrases my teachers said, phrases that had such a strong impact on my life that I still remember them.
I don't remember the class or what I learned at all. I remember the example they set for me, how good they were as people. I remember the things they said when they made us laugh, when they scolded us, when they encouraged us, when they wanted us to be good people. Teachers are among the most undervalued and worst paid groups in our society. It makes no sense that the people who have one of the biggest impacts on our children and on the future of society have to fight for a fair wage, even in the first world. An example of what happens inside a building. The decisions a handful of people in parliament make affect thousands of others, and they just see them as a number of voters. The number of people in your district, but each one is a person with a story. There goes the Mountie. Look, a true Canadian icon. Well, it's safe to assume there was no resolution. So I go back home to tell the kids the bad news, that they still won't be able to see their friends at school.
I'll tell you on the way what I saw today. I'll tell you on the way what I saw, what I saw. What I saw.
Here, I haven't had time to fix this window. I had to break the window to open the car once when it stalled because of the cold. Every time I call the agency to make an appointment, they tell me to bring it in a week, but I have to travel and I can't. The kids are already shivering in the car saying, I'm cold. I put a cardboard patch on it. But since winter's almost here, well, what can I say? A little cold for the kids just to remind them that life's tough and nothing comes for free. If you don't work for your things, nothing will fall from the sky for you. I'll fix it because buying a new one is not even in my dreams right now. You already know who's going to say, oh, he's a millionaire, he has millions, he should give it all to me. Better to just patch it up. Once I have some time, I'll fix this window properly. Let's see if I have time this month. Okay, put that away now. There's nothing I can do now. The kids will have to forgive me. A bit cramped. I have a van, but someone took the keys, so we'll have to squeeze in. A little cold, a little shortage, a little discomfort. It doesn't hurt the kids. It helps them keep their feet on the ground, stay humble, keep their goals firm, appreciate what they have, and not forget where they come from. I took her to her friend's party, but we can't find it. It's empty. Kelly Granger? Is that your friend, Kelly Granger? No, let's see there. No? Well, she's not here. Turns out it was yesterday. I got the date wrong. With so much going on, I didn't notice. It was yesterday. The party was inside this park that has trampolines and games. I didn't forget. I got the date wrong. I thought it was today, but it was yesterday. I set aside today to bring them, and it turns out it was yesterday. Yesterday, I began what I thought I was supposed to do today to save time and bring them and see. But well, kids can have fun anywhere. Let's see if they make friends with the other kids over there. Honestly, I tell the girl, sorry, I forgot. I'm not going to lie to her. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Stress and a busy life aren't something to be ashamed of, but I do have to acknowledge the mistake I made and apologize. I believe that if a child is old enough to ask you a question, they're also old enough for you to give them an answer. You owe them that. At this age, they understand how demanding adult life is. Because, look, you're only going to have a newborn for 28 days, a baby for 2 years, and you'll have 20 chances to play the tooth mouse, the tooth fairy in English. 15 Christmases as Santa Claus, then they lose interest. 1 or 2 graduations, 13 first days of school. You're going to have a child for 12 years and only one chance to teach them to be a good person. And here I have to be honest, I got confused, I didn't pay attention, I didn't notice, and because of me, she missed her little friend's party. But she's not mad at me or blaming me. The days seem long, but the years are short. We're deciding where they want to go eat after this, since we missed the party. At the party, they were going to have cake and pizza, but since we already missed it, we're deciding whether they want tacos, sandwiches, empanadas, chilaquiles. What do you want? Here I made my spinach snack, but well, they already took it from me. While we watched the fight, the analysis of the fight between Zarbon and Vegeta. What more could I ask for in life? He took it from me, right out of my mouth, the last one I was going to taste. And now a father's dilemma. It's my responsibility as a parent not to let her stay up too late. It's already time to go to bed, but he's learning editing to start his YouTube channel. Thank you. I mean, he's in a learning process. So I let him learn, let him continue. He's putting a lot of effort into starting his streaming channel. Or should I send him to bed? In half an hour, you're going to bed, okay? Half an hour. Another one who doesn't want to go to bed already. Go to sleep already. Good night, see you tomorrow. Go to sleep already. Exercise doesn't solve your problems, but it really helps you stay positive while you face them. They put them on you here to keep track of your laps. Lap 0, warm up. Number 1, let's go. Number 2, good job. Excellent work. Keep it up. Are you still giving it your all? Impressive, fantastic, incredible, extraordinary. Beast like in beast mode. Champion, the best of all time, the greatest of all, and the one above everyone else. 12 laps. And that's pretty much how my days are when I'm not traveling. I'm really trying to find that balance between leaving a mark on my community and making a positive impact once I'm no longer in this world, and at the same time being the father that every child needs. I had an excellent father who was also away for work, but he left me with many examples, and I want to repay that debt I have with him through my children, but at the same time I understand the huge impact that social media has, whether negative or positive, and I want to make my own small positive contribution. Information, education, or an opinion? Simply showing that I have empathy for all human beings, immigrants, parents, people who end a relationship, any kind of person who is going through a difficult time, or anyone who is very sensitive. I want to leave that mark. And I'm trying. I'm giving it my best effort. And I think I can do both things. I can be a good present father who sets a good example and at the same time gives that example of perseverance. Follow your dreams and use your intelligence to leave the best possible mark in history. May courage be with you, and I'll see you next time.